liquidity event is often the single most significant financial event in someone's life. And for that reason, often the single greatest opportunity that they will face in their lifetime to impact successfully or unsuccessfully their family, their community, and the world as a whole.
This is an exciting time, as was pointed out earlier, about the potential wealth transfer that's coming our way. We've been hearing about it coming now for how long, 10 years or more? But it is happening. It's not something that we're going to see visibly, maybe because inheritances are typically a little less publicized. But in talking with clients who are nearing or thinking about selling their businesses, and that's what I'm going to focus on for a moment, it's very important that you get in as early as possible as an advisor, because a lot of good things can happen if there's a lot of pre-planning. We spend a lot of time going through a pre-planning process, really getting to know the client, what their dreams and vision are for their family and their charitable impulses, get those vehicles in place early on. Yes, putting the stock into, or the property if it's a non-stock liquidity event, and therefore setting them up so that ultimately the tax bill is less and you have moved much more to the next generation.
And what are some of the planning scenarios? The simplest is an outright cash contribution. What about in the situation where your clients, your donors, don't know where they want to make all the funds? And in this case, the private foundation provides an opportunity for those issues. This is not a pitch for our sponsor today, California Community Foundation, but at the same time, they are one of multiple organizations offering this opportunity to donors. And what you get here is the same benefit as a private foundation. You get the current deduction without really knowing where the charitable beneficiaries are going to be. In addition, you get a potential better tax answer from the standpoint that with a contribution to the foundation, you're going to be limited to 30% of your gross income. A donor advised fund, you're up to 50%. There's also benefits with respect to, we're going the ordinary income scenario, but also additional benefits with capital gains. So there's a lot to be considered. All those administrative type situations that I talked about, the audit, the annual filing, that all goes away. And once a good thing, and again, not only California Community Foundation, but others, you get the assistance on where to make the donations.
I've heard the CRT referred to as the Swiss Army knife of charitable gift planning because it is so useful in so many different situations. It is, although it's been around since the 1969 Act and has been in popular wide usage really since 1980, it still impresses me that planners are finding new ways to use the Charitable Remainder Trust to achieve the type of balance that we're talking about. We're experiencing in the world of planned giving a tremendous increase in interest in charitable gift annuities, I think in part because of the very low yields on certificates of deposit and treasury securities and bonds generally, but also because of just insecurity, that people have looked what have happened in investment markets since 2007 and the wild ride that investors have had as they watch the value of other assets decrease, and they are looking for the security of a direct obligation from a large, well-endowed charitable institution that stands behind the payment. It's not an all or none proposition that if the client tells you, I like the idea of the security of the income, but you're not giving me any upside here. I've made my living as an investor. I'd like to have some type of equity mix here. There's nothing that says that you can't combine these two techniques and put some of the shares into the Charitable Remainder Trust and contribute some of the shares directly in exchange for a gift annuity so that you have the blend of a dependable income stream and then some future upside potential in the form of a CRT.
Often, in a successful liquidity event, it's a combination of quite a number of different techniques that we can work with our clients to implement to have a liquidity event that not only produces a lot of wealth, but is something our clients feel good about years later, and that has successfully impacted in a positive way their families and communities.